Dear students, welcome to the session on receivables management. Receivables arise when a firm sells goods on. The objective of credit policy of a firm is to promote sales to maximize profit. To achieve this objective, the firm should manage its credit policy in an effective manner to expand its sales, regulate and control the credit and its management costs, and maintain debtors at an optimum level. However, optimum credit policy is the policy which maximizes the firm's value by minimizing the total cost for a given level of revenue. So the value of a firm is maximized when the incremental rate of return of an investment is equal to the incremental cost of funds which are used to finance the investment in receivables. The incremental rate of return can be calculated as incremental operating profit divided by the incremental investment in receivable. The incremental cost of funds is the rate of return required by the supplier of funds given the risk of investment in the accounts receivable. So in this lesson video, we will be discussing about the benefits of extension of credit period, and we are going to take up an example to evaluate whether it is worthwhile to expand the credit period. What is credit period? The length of time for which credit is extended to customers is called credit period. A firm lengthens credit period to increase its operating profit through expected sales. However, there will be net increase in operating profit only when the cost of extended credit period is less than the incremental operating profit. Now let us consider a question regarding receivables management, particularly onto change in credit period. A company called Zeal Corporation currently provides 30 days credit to its customers. Its present level of sales is 50 million. The firm's cost of capital, K, we denote it as K, 10%, and the variable cost ratio to sales is 85%. Its contribution is 15%. Zeal is considering extending its credit period to 60 days from 30 to 60. Such an extension is likely to push sales up by 5 million. Your present sales is 50 million and you are expecting an additional sales of 5 million because of your additional credit period of 30 days. So the bad debt proportion on additional sales would be 8%. The tax rate for Zeal is 40%. The question is ascertain the impact of change in credit period on residual income, on the company's residual income. So let us capture important facts here. S is your existing sales and the company is considering to extend credit period from 30 days to 60 days. And your increase in sales, you are anticipating, this is expected. Because of increase in credit sales, you are expecting an increase in sales by 5 million. Variable cost is 85% or 0.85. And bad debts proportion because of additional sales is 8%. Cost of capital is and tax rate is 40%. The equation is like this. Increase in residual income is the difference between your net profit, that is profit is increase in sales into 1 minus variable cost, which is contribution, minus bad debt loss. Bad debt loss on the increase in sales, 8% of increase in sales, and 1 minus tax will give you the net profit, minus your cost of capital multiplied by increase in receivables investment. So how receivables investment is to be calculated? The method is given here. Increase in receivable investment is equal to additional credit period new minus old multiplied by current sales, daily sales to be calculated
for the existing level of sales. SO is existing level of sales. Plus, so existing sales divided by 360, you get daily sales times of the difference between 60 and 30. So at 30 additional credit period in terms of days we are giving into daily sales plus variable cost and new credit period times of increase in sales divided by 360. Daily sales pertaining to increase in sales multiplied by the additional credit period days into variable cost. So this is going to be your investment in receivables management. So ACPN is the new average collection period or additional collection period, and ACP new is the old average collection period. So average collection period new minus average collection period old, and S naught is your existing sales divided by 360. You get daily sales multiplied by the number of additional days that you are planning to extend credit plus your variable cost. When there is increase in sales, obviously your variable cost will increase for so many number of days. 60 days you have to bear the cost because of increase in sales. Daily sales multiplied by the number of days plus in times of variable cost. So the variable cost will vary depending upon the number of days for which you may have to bear the cost for the level of increase in sales, level of increase in daily sales. This is expected sales or expected increase because of extension of credit period. Now let us substitute the values in the equation to find out whether it is worthwhile to go in for extension of credit period or not. So first let us consider the net profit. So this is your increase in sales multiplied by the contribution. 15% of contribution you are expecting out of an increase in sales of 5 million. And you are expecting a loss of 8% on 5 million of bad debts. And this is going to be your post-tax profits. So 1 minus 4. So this will give you profit. And it is given in the equation, it is cost of capital times of increase in investment in receivables. This part is to be calculated here. So 10% is your cost for the difference between the new credit period, average credit period minus old credit period multiplied by your existing sales divided by 360. So this is daily sales times of additional credit period and daily increase in sales times of your new credit period multiplied by the variable cost. So this is going to be a total investment. 50 million. Supposing you are borrowing capital to invest in your current sales and your existing sales, increase in sales, current sales and the increase in sales at 10%, you will get the investment on receivables, increase in investment in receivables. Okay, by simplifying the equation, it is 5 million, 15%, 7.5 lakhs, 0.75 million. 5 million, 8%, it is 0.4 million or 4 lakhs into 1 minus tax, that is 0.6, minus cost of capital 10%, and 50 million daily sales existing times of 30 days is 4,166,667. So if you simplify this part alone, you get this answer, that is 4,166,667. And this part you will be arrived at, you will be getting at 700,000, 708,333, I think about 0.70 million. And by simplifying the equation, final answer you would be getting as rupees minus 277,500, which comes in negative. So it is not worthwhile to extend, credit. This is how the calculation is required to be made.
So I hope after listening to the lesson video, you would have learnt about the computation of incremental profit on account of change in the credit period. Thank you.